Hello, bright and shiny beacons of light. I'm Michael Sandler, your host from Inspire Nation. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one here tonight. Tonight is the first time we're live on not just YouTube, but on Rumble, on Twitch, on Facebook as well, and soon to be Instagram and TikTok as Inspire Nation is growing. We're expanding. We're sharing the love in so many different ways. Lots to cover here tonight. I had a fascinating interview with Sasha Stone earlier today. Wow, did we cover the gamut from angels and archangels and higher dimensional beings and star seeds and aliens and our angelic nature and Gaia and hidden free energy. we went the range earlier today. That's a show that will be out next week. And yes, people from Venus and Mars and Palladians and Draconians. Oh my God, did we cover the gamut? That will be out, I believe, next Thursday. We may try for this month, starting next week, doing 2 shows a month, 2 shows a week. Big difference. 2 shows a week for the rest of the year. So stay tuned on that one. We're seeing what we can do. So for those of you who have joined me before, what I do is a process called automatic writing and teach all the automatic writing experience. And I channel before each show. I channel before each class as well. We have our School of Mystics Wednesday nights, for instance. And I'm not the kind of guy who goes, what I'm hearing now is, although I do, I just haven't publicly figured out how to do that yet. My wife, Jessica, says, would you just do it? And one of these days I will probably go, Archangel Michael is speaking, and just have him speak. I haven't figured that out yet. Normally when I channel, I go into my automatic writing and I say my prayers, and I hear from my daughter Miraku, who's the twin sister of baby Hana, who you see running around here on occasion. She's asleep now due to the time zone change. She's sleeping early. How does it get any better than this? But Miraku speaks for all of my angels and guides traditionally, except for this time. This time, Archangel Michael is like, I've got this. Or Miraku is like specifically, I think what she said is, and I'm going to try to move a cord, which hopefully won't knock the camera out here. What she said specifically is, you are talking about war. So Archangel Michael is the best. He wants to speak. I can speak for him, but the words are so powerful that Archangel Michael himself wants to share. So I got page after page after page. If it was a written book, I think 19 pages worth of notes from Archangel Michael to share with you tonight. And my challenge is, they're in Archangel Michael's words. And I spent a good hour and a half in prep, plus several hours channeling for this. And I couldn't quite figure it out. So I'm going to do my best to, in a sense, it's weird, speak for Archangel Michael, who's like, you're going to be fine, but can also jump in at a moment's notice. So please bear with me. If tenses, if person, if all of this stuff gets a little bit confused as I go through it, but thank you for your patience. All right. So let's play. Let's see what comes out here tonight. He began by saying, and then we're going to go into my voice. I understand, dear one, your concern. He's talking about the wars going on right now, and specifically Gaza and Palestine. I understand, dear one, your concern. I too share this concern. And he says that no one in the angelic realm, and certainly Archangel Michael, stands by idly and watches humans hurt each other or kill each other. He said, it hurts me very deeply. It is not something I like seeing or enjoy. Yes, there are teachers, he says, who say everything happens for a reason and everything happens for your highest good. But that ignores the fact that energy is everything. And in the low level energy by itself never leads to a higher level state of energy. This is so important for us all to get. A low energetic state on its own never leads to a higher one. So energy is energy. And right now on Earth, there is an incredible amount of energy. In fact, there's 8 billion beings of energy in the human family, let alone all the other families that are on Earth here as well. And when you flip that energy, something powerful can and will come out of it. When you flip that energy, something powerful can and will come out of it. Key word here is will, or human free will. Now, I had disagreement with Archangel Michael as we started to get into this because they said, well, I want to teach something that's uplifting and positive. And my audience has been saying that they want something warm and that makes them feel good. And he's very specific about this. Now, this is Archangel Michael. He's got his sword. He said the cute and fuzzy talks, or the heartwarming talks, or cute and fuzzy bunnies, as I like to talk it. They're not all cute and fuzzy bunnies right now because free will has gone awry. Free will has been kidnapped, and the cute and fuzzy bunnies without action lead to cute and fuzzy bunnies behind bars. Yeah, there's a quote. Cute and funny bunnies without action lead to cute and funny buzzy. I can't even say that, behind bars. What's meant by this? So right now, humanity, you and I included, we're imprisoning ourselves in a jail of our own making. The jail cell's closing. As the angelic realm is saying, the noose is tightening. I, of course, am going, angelic realm, or, this sounds a little bit like my ego speaking. Could this be my ego? And they're going, no, it's not your ego. Look around you. The noose is tightening. Now, there are things to do for humanity on the inside as a creative job with you, with me as the creator. First off, on the outside, we come together all as one. So humanity has free will, but humanity is not availing herself of free will. Instead, humanity, you and I, are giving our power away. We're giving our free will away. We're giving our power to Father knows best. We're giving our power to tribe knows best. Now, it's really wild. So I turn on, this is Michael speaking now, me, Michael. I turn on the news and I check the headlines. And first off, the amount of interconnectivity that we have is absolutely incredible at this point. The amount of interconnection, the amount of computational power that we have, the amount of resources, if humanity came together as one to help us grow to a higher state of development, is incredible. And I believe, and the angels have told me this, that the superpower, the super process of our mind is more powerful and radically different than at any time in the past, particularly for the younger generation that comes in, and the younger generation, the younger generation, and kids like Hannah who come in. The super processor, I can't speak tonight. The super processor is more powerful than ever. It's radically different. Our ability for good, our ability for change, our ability to play with energy, to ascend, is radically different than ever before. Yes, particularly for kids, but for all of us, you're attracted to this because your super processor is different. You are at the cusp, either just prior to being an indigo child, or you are an indigo child. Something I talked about with Lee Carroll last week on the show on Crying, and with Monica and with Lee. We talked about what an indigo child is. It's someone that's coming in different. You have come in here different. I have come here in here different. Our children have come in here even more different, which isn't a proper English term, but we're going to call it that. However, we've got these crazy, amazing processors. We've got this crazy, amazing energy. You can feel the energy. Oftentimes, the energy is a little bit shaky, but you can feel the energy. However, we're all living in the past. And that was what Archangel Michael, he's like, free will. You need to get, I can hear him right now saying, your head out of the past, the head out of your past. Yeah, okay. Religions, we're all living religions of the past, governance of the past, philosophies of the past, economic systems of the past, geopolitical lines of the past, wounds of the past. All of it is of the past. And when you see wars, what are we doing? Not only are we killing ourselves, by killing another, we're killing ourselves. But we're fighting wars from millennia gone by. When somebody says it's always been this way, they fought this people, that fought that people, this is. Why are we still doing it? Because we're choosing to live in the past. Humanity is bursting at the seam. Your heart is bursting at the seam. My heart is bursting at the seam for something new, for something greater, for a higher level of being. But we're being hindered and held down by the structures of the past, by the power players of the past. I'm not picking on our elders, but our elders have learned from the past even more recently than we have, and they're rerunning those programs. So we're literally having a governance and being governed by the wounds of the past. And here's where it gets really interesting. By power players of the past. I'd never heard that term till today. Till Archangel Michael, which was full disclosure yesterday morning. By power players of the past. What's a power player of the past? I feel like this is Peter Piper picked to pickle peppers tonight. What's a power player of the past? It's a leader, a leadership, a structure that wants to keep you in the old paradigm. What's the old paradigm? War, famine, disease, fear. The old paradigm is war, famine, disease, fear. Actually, that's all going on in the Middle East right now. It's all going on in Ukraine and parts of Russia right now. It's all going on in Sudan. It's all going on in so many places around the world. War, famine, disease, fear. And our greatest one, of course, is fear. Why? Because with fear, you can be controlled. Now, my job, and really Archangel Michael's job, is to set us free, to cut through the obscurations. That's something Archangel Michael can do with his sword. I do with my microphone, to help you to be able to see things, to see the truth, to see the greater, higher reality. And so if we choose it, and the trick is if we choose it, with free will, we can choose and want to be free, but you have to choose it. That's like lesson number 1 of tonight. If we want to be free of the old, if we want to escape these paradigms, if we want to live at a higher level, if we want to live with the new super processor, the greater heart, the amazing, immense energy that we're capable of being, doing, and sharing with others, we have to choose it. We have to choose and want to be free. Now, if you choose and want to stay in your slumber, there's nothing certainly I can do. There's nothing that Archangel Michael can do. There's nothing that anyone can do if you choose and want to stay in your slumber. If you want to choose to turn a blind eye, there's nothing that can be done. If you choose to continue to give your power to those that would kill first and ask for peace later, there's nothing that can be done. And that was interesting how Archangel Michael put it. Kill first, ask for peace later. And that's what our leaders are saying. Now is not a time for peace. We're not ready for peace. Until X, Y, or Z, there is no time for peace. We must kill first, ask for peace later, is what we're told. Now, without judgment, I don't know about to you, but to me, that sounds a little back-asswards. If you choose to give your power to someone who would kill first and ask for peace later, you've given your power away. You've said the old way of living is the way we're supposed to be. So the question is very clear. What do you do? And full disclosure, I was on the phone yesterday with congressmen and senators, their voicemails, saying, guys, stop it. and you call up, you can Google right now. You can Google my state senators, my representatives, my congressmen, my whomever, if you're in the US. And if you're in any other country, contact your leaders, I'll put that in quotes as well. And you call them up and you say, hey, look, there's a higher level solution. We don't need this killing anymore. If you want my vote, you must vote to stop this war immediately. Not a pause, not a ceasefire, but an end. Let's find a different way. First is a choice, but a choice can only take you so far. As Archangel Mike likes to say, no, as I like to say, it's getting confusing with the Michaels around here. There are no sides on a round planet. And there is no reason for killing anyone anywhere, no matter the wound, no matter the hate, no matter the atrocity, no matter what has been committed in the name of Allah, in the name of Buddha, the name of God. There's no reason for killing anyone ever, because no atrocity, there is no atrocity that deserves another. Yes, there is no atrocity that deserves another, and there's no atrocity that is healed with retribution. This is old school Bible, eye for an eye. An eye for an eye has never, ever in the history of histories ever solved anything. It is the lowest level solution possible. It is the level that we've been taught in the playground and as kids when we couldn't figure out how to run our own emotions, when we were looking at how our parents or their parents or other adults did things, and we didn't know how to control our emotions and find a higher level solution. That's when eye for an eye didn't work, but that's what's came out. And in the Middle East and in the rest of the world right now, and I'm not picking on any people, we are all one. But we are running this paradigm or of an eye for an eye, of an old belief system that's thousands and thousands of years old. Now, I'm not here to pick on a religion. I'm not here to pick on a people. People are people. People are beautiful. No matter what someone believes, they're beautiful. No matter what someone believes, they're beautiful. And everyone bleeds red. What we're saying is the old belief system must be changed, and it can only be changed from the bottom up. First, we shift the energy, then we shift the beliefs, then we shift the actions. Energy, belief, actions. Energy, belief, actions. Energy, belief, actions. If your energy is a different way of hopes, of possibilities, of love, of we can do this a different way. If your energy says no more to this, then you begin to shift. And when your energy shifts, you're open for new ways of doing things, and you install a new operating system, or I'll call it installing new beliefs. Then from these beliefs, you can take divine action. Energy shifts, install something new, take divine action. Energy, shift, divine action. What are the divine actions? Before something, before inner peace, before outer peace, before pro-peace marches, before pro-everyone marches, before pro-everyone groups, before pro-everyone phone calls, be pro-everyone, be pro-everything. This is important because we're going to talk more about this in a little bit, but words kill. Idea of sticks and stones, totally wrong. Words kill. If you are pro one group or pro another, and that's a start, I get it. And it's awesome. And we need more marches. We need more marches. We have to find a way to be pro everyone, because the system dictates if you have a pro-Palestine march, then you're going to have this group saying, well, you're against me. If you have a pro-Israeli march or a pro-Jewish march, you're going to have this group said that you're against me. That's by design, to keep us ripped apart. And yes, I see people talking about having peace meditations. We absolutely need that. We'll do a peace meditation at the end, but we absolutely need to get everybody together. I have the Rolodex that could pull off a massive, massive meditation, yet I have no way how to get it out of my system yet and get that figured out. There's got to be a way. There has to be a way. We need massive pro-everyone meditations, pro-everyone rallies, pro-everyone marches, pro-everyone, pro-everyone, pro-everyone. Because if it's pro one group or pro another, that's still the old system being put upon us of derision, of division, of strife, and of power. Whether it's pro one group or pro another, it rips apart the very fabric of this world, no matter how well-meaning or intentioned. It's the system using you against you. Why would the system, use you against you? Well, Sasha said, put it to the man earlier today. What he's saying, put it to the man, is that those that are in power stay in power by keeping us in a state of fear. If they can keep us fighting each other, all the better. The more that we're fighting each other, the more power that the governments or the oligarchs or those with the money or those who want more money or those who want more power can take for us without us knowing it. Because when you're busy protesting and fighting against each other, they can grab your wallet because you're not paying attention. So we have to be pro all of us, pro everyone's life. All life is precious. All life matters. There are no sides on a round planet. We can't say for one side. We can't say for the other side. We have to be for all sides. And that's no small challenge, the way things are structured. Oh, thank you, Georgia, for your donation. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? And do we have things set up tonight for a donation for Gaza and for the kids of Gaza and the kids of Israel? I hope we do. If not, we will get that set up afterwards as well. There are no sides on a round planet. So you could say leaders are killing, leaders are for war, leaders are for this, leaders are for that. Unfortunately, there's some truth to that. The truth is, leadership is set up as a warmongering machine. This country is set up for war, not for peace. It has $1 trillion war organization right now. $1 trillion war organization. The war that I learned this just a few days ago. The war against Iraq or against Saddam Hussein. Not only did it take nearly a quarter million innocent lives of civilians, although I would say you include everybody, because everybody at the end of the day, everybody is a human being, but a quarter million civilians. And it was a war for weapons of mass destruction in other words, keep people in power, or change the structure of power, or change the structure of oil, or whatever we want to call it. We've all learned that war was a misfought war. There is no such thing as a proper war. Or as I was taught, and I studied political science, I studied computer science, I studied exercise physiology, and I studied business. But what I learned in my political science degree is we read books on just war, which was interesting because they were actually religious doctrines on just war. I get to think about that some more. And that puts together some of the pieces that Sasha Stone was talking about. $1.4 trillion were spent killing 250,000 people in Iraq. $1.4 trillion. Can you imagine if $1 trillion was spent on peace? We don't have a structure in this country. We don't have, to me, in my mind, I would convert the war mechanism into a peace mechanism, the war mechanism into a climate organization, into a help people organization, into a support people organization, into a feed the homeless organization, into all of this. With $1 trillion, we could do that. That's the budget. $1 trillion, $1.4 trillion for war. What if we actually had an organization that got $1 trillion for peace? Do you think we'd still have war? If this country were set up for peace, where it is peace first, war last, what would happen? But instead, it's war first, peace last. It's not the fault of you. It's not the fault of me. It's the fault of a system that's steeped in the old. And so to change the system of the old, we have to energetically choose something else. If you feel like it, say this with me. This is choosing something else. Say this with me. I choose love in my heart. I choose peace in my heart. I choose a different way in my heart. I choose a different belief. With this new energy, I can do something. With this new energy, I can make a difference. With this new energy, I am all powerful. With this new energy, I can bring peace to the entire planet. With this new energy, I can bring peace to the entire planet. If you instill that as the new programming inside of yourself, again, energy, belief, action, Once you've done that, you will be called forward for divine action. Now, I recommend today, as soon as you finish this, pick up the phone, Google, find out a congressman, find out a senator, find out a leader. You're just going to be talking with voicemail. There's nothing to fear. Call them up. Say, I choose peace. Vote for peace. Stop this war. Don't choose a pause. Go beyond a ceasefire. Stop this war and do not spend another dollar on this war. When we appropriate, what happens if $106 billion is appropriated to war here and war in Ukraine and to building walls, which is really another way of war? What happens? Well, the military, of course, is going to use that money, and then they're going to want more money. If you give a carpenter a hammer, they're gonna go grab it, or give them nails, they're gonna go use those nails and ask for more. If you give them military money for bombs and missiles, they're going to use the bombs and missiles and then ask for more. They're not going to say, oh, we decided to build a peace bridge instead. We decided to rebuild a country instead. That's not what's going to happen. So you call. Humanity will not stop warring until we choose leadership that will not start wars, that will not want war, that overtly states, until we choose leaders that overtly state, I am against war and I am for peace. Until we choose a leadership that says, I will never send troops into battle, but will always find a different way. It's radical, isn't it? We start first with calling them and getting them to call off the bombs and the missiles and to stand down the troops. And then we choose different leadership that says war is the ultimate last stop. I will never send our kids to war. I will find a different way. I will make peace with my neighbors. I will love my neighbors. I will treasure my neighbors. I will be the one who makes a difference and finds a different way. I know it sounds radical. I know it sounds impossible. But understand, you are an energetic being having an energetic experience in human form, and you are the God. Now, Sasha Stone said this earlier today, and he goes, oh, I can already see the messages I'm going to be getting by saying that you are God. And I said, no, Sasha, it's true. We say it all the time. We aren't the whole God. We aren't the whole field. We aren't the whole energy of love, but we are individuations. We are each roses on this giant rose bush that makes up all of us. That is the love, the universe, the God, the creator, the alpha, the omega, the whatever we want to call it. And what makes us exceptionally special, he would call it the crystalline structure. I'll call it the crystalline structure of our DNA. The crystalline structure of our minds isn't just to be the most incredible receiver. And we are a galactic receiver. You and I are galactic receivers. If we weren't galactic receivers, this place would have blown up a long time ago. There's something inside of us getting messages from other places in the universe, helping to bring us to a place of peace when we choose to blow each other up instead. But not only are we receivers, we are creators. That's why it's called the creator. You and I are the creator at the highest level, the crystalline structure inside of us. You want to talk about law of attraction? That's it's both kids' game and it's deadly serious. We create with our minds. If you watch war and focus on war, watch more and focus on war, what do? You create more war and you create more to focus on. You create more war and you create more to focus on. If you go and look for peace and find peace, you create more peace, and find peace and you create more peace. We create with our minds. So it sounds too radical. It sounds impossible. But if we create the desire for leadership that is for no war, that is for peace, that is for love, that is for everyone, guess what you're going to have? Leadership that is for everyone, countries that are for everyone, structures that are for everyone, monetary systems that are for everyone. It will be the end of the old and a birthing of the new. With the energy of love instilled and installed inside of us. Meaning, if we focus on finding the love inside of us, no matter what, and we're going to dive more into this in a little bit, with that energy, anything becomes possible. You instill and install that energy, and you can instill and install a different energy on the planet all around you. We start with the energy, then we get to the belief, this is possible. And then we get to the action of building a brighter future. So, question becomes, are people evil? And I would say that there are people who are lost, very, very lost. And talking with Sasha Stone, he would talk about systems that have been put in place for hundreds of years, for thousands of years, for millennia, of lost tribes, of lost civilizations, of lost beings that want to keep us in this state of darkness. But we can choose to come into the light. And when we come into the light, it helps bring others into the light as well. Talking with Sasha again, he said that humanity came here, you and I came here at this time, not just to be the beacons of light. That's what we're here to do, but to be so bright that we bring the darkness up into the light. We help raise up the darkness. Instead of going down to the level to meet the darkness, we help bring the darkness up. Bring those who are lost into the light. So are people evil? No, only so far as they are lost. Could be dangerously lost, could be fatally dangerously lost, but they're lost. Are oligarchs lost? Those who want all the power, all the money. There's what, like 8 people who have 75% of the wealth of the entire world. 8 people, entire wealth, or wealth of 75% of the entire wealth of the earth. 8 people. Are oligarchs lost? Yeah. Just because you have that much money doesn't mean you have the answers. Is leadership lost? Oh, heck yeah. Almost not a single leader out there will say, just let's stop all killing. I think the closest is Kennedy. I haven't heard anybody else. Marianne Williamson, I'm sure, same thing. Let's just stop all killing right here, right now. A permanent ceasefire to all war. Let's just do this. Is leadership lost? Heck yeah. Amanda, thank you so much for your donation to Save the Children, which helps children on both sides of the no sides. Thank you so much for your kind donation. Does it make leaders bad people because they're into killing first and peace later? No. What you damns you back. We get to come up with a different way of working with them, of facing them, of helping steer them and change them, rather than chastise, rather than berate, rather than accuse. They are operating under their own self-interest. They are operating under their own beliefs. They are operating under their own blinders. And generally speaking, they're not really looking out for the good of humanity. But they are looking out for the good they believe in, the good that's installed and instilled inside of them. They believe they're doing good, and that's how they sleep at night. Even if that good they believe is killing, is war, is stealing, or whatever it is that we don't have to label right here, they think they're doing good. Now, we don't have to label them as good or bad. We don't have to label them as good as evil. We don't have to label them as murderers, traitors, killers, or even sociopaths or psychopaths. I've heard all of these things recently, because all of those labels miss the point. This is a time where we get to come together all as one and leave no one person behind. No person, no labels, no person's in a label, no person's in a box, no persons are one person is better than the next, one peoples are better than the next, one life is worth more than the next. Whenever you put, and it's crazy, rankings do this inherently. When we rank someone, we say, I'm a level 3, you're a level 2. We're ultimately saying, I matter more than you. Well, guess what? Nobody matters more or less than anyone else. At the end of the day, when their energy goes back to source, which it never really left, what you'll find is they are, were, and always will be the divine. When your energy goes back to source, what you're going to learn is your energy was, is, and always will be the divine. When you label somebody, when you rank somebody, when you make somebody out to be less than, that's the old paradigm rearing its ugly head. And if we want humanity to make it through this time, then we must fully, wholly, completely, unabashedly, unashamedly stop judging anyone, leveling up or leveling down anyone, saying this person's not a human, this person is a terrorist, this person is a graffiti painter, this person is a whatever. Get my point? What you damns you back by labeling someone or something as evil. You put yourself in that box. Helena Pastek, thank you so much for helping the children. Thank you for your amazing $50 donation. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? You know, I say how that gets any better than this. And what that means is something greater is even possible. And I know that today I was reading that almost one out of every two people killed in the Gaza right now as a children, over 4,000 children are known to have died at this point. That's crazy. And yes, there are the 1,400 or more in Israel. That's crazy. All of it pure craziness. What's even crazier now is that the bombing of hospitals, the bombing of civilians, the bombing of refugee camps, the bombing of ambulance convoys, the bombings of refugee camps, the bombings of schools. That is not something in the angelic realm supports at all. Angels, guides, Archangel Michael are going, WTF, stop this. Thank you so much, Georgia, for your kind donation. How does it get any better than this? They're going, stop it, stop it, stop it. No killing on kibbutzes, no killing in Gaza, no killing anywhere, no killing of the kids, no killing of anybody with a gun, no killing of anybody with a tank, no killing of anybody with a drone. Stop it, stop it, stop it. They're begging of us. Because one evil act committed in darkness, committed in ignorance, committed in fear, committed in separation, committed in being oppressed, one evil act never condones another. And when I say evil, I mean done in separation, done in darkness. Nor does locking a people in the desert for 40, 50, or 70 years, or even for 40, 50, or 70 hours. We cannot condone that as well. Kelly, thank you so much for your kind donation to help save the children. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How does it get any better than this? They are all vile acts, whether that's a land grab, apartheid, labeling, bombing, you name it. And when I say vile acts, and that's vile is actually the word evil spelt differently, it just means separate from God, separate from source, separate from love. They're all actions taken in fear. I am hoping, I feel like I'm a dialing for dollars. I'm hoping that you'll pick up the phone afterwards and call somebody, call anybody, share this, and then call. They don't make the person who committed the act evil, though. There is a difference. It's sort of like, and it's crazy to say, if Hannah Bear is sitting in her high chair and she's eating food, and all of a sudden something that was precious that Jessica made, all of a sudden she scoops it up and throws it on the floor. And you go, oh my God, that was amazing food. And you just completely wasted it on the floor. What do you say? You say, I love you, though I don't love your action. We can love our neighbor, even though we don't love their action. Yeah, but they're not human, but they killed, but they this. You can love your neighbor and really hate their action. What you damns you back. Even the murdering of another does not make that person pure evil, because we are all divine beings masquerading in human form, masquerading in a human existence. It doesn't mean it can be excused, meaning we cannot make light of it. And yes, as crazy as it sounds, we can bring kindness, we can bring love, we can bring compassion to the individual. Doesn't mean we have to excuse it. But war is only fightable if we no longer see individuals. You cannot cut another person off on the highway, at the toll booth, at the traffic light, at the intersection. You cannot cut another person off in your steel box of anonymity. If you recognize their divinity, if you recognize their soul, if you recognize who they are, you just can't cut them off anymore. Thank you, Anonymous, for your kind donation. Whew. How does it get any better than this? You guys warm my heart. We can only harm another if we label them as less than, if we label them as not human, if we label them out of anonymity. That's the only way that we can do it. And so wars, so key. And this has to do, Crescent Moon, thank you for your kind donation. How does it get any better than this? Wars, and this is an internal war as well. So I was watching this beautiful swimming movie earlier today. I think it's called Naiad. It's about a woman who, at 60, attempts to swim from Cuba to Florida. And she pops up in the middle of an early training swim and she goes, "You stupid, lousy, this, that, and the other." Old programming that's running inside of her that is making from her ego, letting her know she is less than. And only if she sees herself as less than can she hit herself with that barrage of negativity, with those weapons, with those tools, with those brass tacks, with those killing words. And that's a key point. Wars are fought always and only. Wars are fought always and only with words first. With words first. The concept of sticks and stones can break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but names will never hurt me is backwards. Wars are always fought with words first. Wars are always fought with names first. Words that dehumanize, words that make it us versus them, words that keep people in fear, words that completely dehumanize. They're not human. They're animals. They're terrorists. They're this. They're that. That's a justification for war. It's very disturbing. I'm not picking on, well, I won't even name the news source. But there was a news source recently where the news anchor said that if a particular people ripped banners off of a bulletin board, that they better watch out, that they deserve to be hit. Words kill. Words are dangerous. Words incite hatred. Words incite anger. Words incite killings. It's a kid at Berkeley, I think it was Berkeley today. It might have been Stanford. Was mowed down by a car because of his race, having to do with what's going on in the Middle East right now. And there's been more and more of this because of the words, because of the labels, because of the dehumanization that's going on right now. So the words are the most dangerous. Now, that's not quite right. The words are the second most dangerous. What are the most dangerous? The words that are not spoken. So the words that are spoken are the second most dangerous thing. The most dangerous thing are the words that are not spoken. It's the mistruths, the half-truths, the truths that are given in lies, that are truths that are given by not pointing out the lies, by what's not being spoken, by looking at the press and not seeing what's going on. Those half-truths, those errors of omission, yes, errors of omission, that is the most dangerous thing. That's what's going on in the Middle East. That's what's going on in Ukraine and Russia. That's what's going on in Sudan. That's what's going on in so many other places. And there's a war of misinformation. There's a war of deception. And there's a war of what's not even being spoken. And so it seems that one side is the victim because of what's spoken or not spoken. And the other side is the crazy killer. One side is the innocent. The other side is the evil one. Understand, there are no sides at war. There are no sides in the planet. You think that if you go mine a place and all of the bad guys are gone and then you have your kids go play in the mines, that's going to do any good? No. There are no sides in war. The real war is being fought with words, with information, with misinformation, the hiding of information, the twisting of information. That all keeps the powers at war in war and keeps the money flowing. So, if you bring aircraft carriers to the Middle East, what's going to happen? Well, they might get shot at. And guess what? We haven't voted for war, but we'll be at war. We're hanging out there $1 trillion worth of bait right now, going, come on, shoot at us, bring us into the war. Why? It makes people in the government, it makes the military more money. We got a war. Business is booming is the headline. Whether you're looking at a Wall Street Journal, whether you're looking at a Forbes, where you're looking at, and I'm not picking on all of these publications, and maybe it's not them specifically. It may be, but what do we hear? Military business is booming. That doesn't mean that Forbes or Wall Street Journal isn't pro-peace. And forgive me, I'm not picking on those organizations. I did not read the articles from there specifically. I did read it from The Guardian. I did read it, I believe, from BBC. War is booming, or business is booming with war. Take that in for a minute. Business is booming with war. So you're saying, Michael, that economies actually do better at times of war? Oh. So you're saying that economies are set up so that we will have war? Oh. So you're saying, what are you saying? I'm saying we've got to demand war. We've got to call home our troops. We've got to shut this down before we get involved in a war too, by appropriating billions of dollars in, what do we call it? Support. There's a different word for it. Aid. If we give aid, billions of dollars of military aid, what are we doing? Supporting war. What if we gave $1 billion in food? What are we doing? Well, supporting peace. Hello. We can still use those billions of dollars. Let's do it in a different way. Billions of dollars in food and medical assistance and shelter and housing and tents and rebuilding of cities and helping everyone on all sides. What are we doing? Supporting peace. But if we feed the war machine, they're going to use that money. They're going to build up an even bigger war, and then they're going to need more money. So don't feel helpless. We get to do something. Somebody's saying prevail, peace on earth. Yes, we get to go to a state of prayer. We get to go to shifting the energy. Oh my God, we got a $50 donation for the Save the Children from Canada. Thank you so much. A $20 donation. Thank you so much. Randy Kaplan. Oh my God, Randy, I love you. I love you. I love you, man. A $50 donation. How does it get any better than this? Imagine $1 billion. $1 billion. We're talking $106 billion is what they were talking about, the US government. Imagine $1 billion, not even $1 trillion, $1 billion spent on counseling to help those with wounds. I'm talking the deep, deep inner wounds the kids are facing right now, that the parents are facing right now. What about $1 billion or $1 trillion spent on food? Imagine $1 trillion being spent on sustainable communities, on farming, on irrigation, on refilling lakes, on helping heal the lands and heal the people in the Middle East. We could do that. Can you imagine what that would be, what that would do? First, we shift our energy, then our beliefs, then our actions, or what is possible when we step forward. Once we've shifted our energy, once we've shifted our beliefs, then what's possible becomes possible. We can't even see it till we've shifted our energy, and then we shifted our beliefs. Then all of a sudden we see the possibilities. Then we can step forward. And you can say, but these people are murderers. These people want my land. These people sliced and diced. Gosh, it's awful. I'm not making light. But that's still old energy. Thank you so much, Lisa. That's still old energy. That's still old beliefs. If humanity is to get through this, it is not with borders. It's not with tribalism. It is certainly not with one person against the other. And you look at the news right now, and they're saying that, I don't even know what to believe anymore, but they're saying that there's hand-to-hand fighting. I'm not actually buying that, but they're saying that there's hand-to-hand fighting. Can we have some hand-to-hand hugging, please? Can we do that? So it was, I believe, the Germans and the French. Hopefully I didn't get that story wrong. World War I think it was Christmas Eve, that the French and the Germans laid down their troops, pulled out the equivalent of cheese, wine, and crackers, whatever they had in their foxholes, because people were dying in the trenches then. And they spent Christmas together as one. They did it. Look it up in the history books. They put down their guns and they spent Christmas as one. And then they went back to killing each other. What does that tell you? that all of this is a fabricated nonsense. It's all a fabricated bullshit. It doesn't have to be this way. No matter the beliefs, no matter the traumas, no matter the ills of the past. And so there's one more message I get to leave you with, Archangel Michael gets to leave you with for tonight. Perhaps the most powerful message that has everything to do with energy, that has everything to do with everything. This is the crazy hard one. This is the crazy difficult one. You must find it in your heart to forgive what has been done. That word forgiveness, that is the greatest energy shift. This is the greatest message. You must forgive in your heart what has been done. And of course, we must find a way to forgive our own hearts, because the outer world is a reflection of what's going on in the inner world first. So you can say, this was horrible, this was awful, this was evil, this was below human, this is worse. This is the most horrific thing I've ever heard of. I agree. I won't make light of any of this. And not I forget, much more powerful than that. I forgive, I forgive, I forgive. Feel the energy of forgiveness no matter what. Feel the energy of source no matter what. I can't forgive that person. Don't. Go, Archangel Michael, I need the energy and forgiveness in my heart right now. Please give me this. I can't possibly forgive this person. Do you know what they've done? Do you know what they did? Do you know what they're doing? Angels, guides, higher dimensional beings, extraterrestrials who are here to help us. Please help put forgiveness in my heart. I don't see the full chat, but I see somebody saying, I don't forgive. Never. Never is simply an N in front of ever. Could be a now ever. I now ever forgive. How's that? I now ever forgive. From Nikki Daisy Dandelion. I now ever forgive. Woohoo! It's an energetic choice. It doesn't mean you have to go out to dinner with them. It doesn't mean that you have to grab the wine and cheese and crackers and go into the foxhole with them. Though you could. They did it. But it means I will let down the guns in my heart. I will see you as the divine being having a shithole of an experience here on earth. Nobody's killing because they're happy. Nobody is killing because they're happy. Oh, I just won the lottery. Go give me an AK. No, that's not how the game works. If you can find it in the heart to put down the guns against your own heart, if you can find it in your heart to put down the guns against another, then guess what? All of this silliness goes away. But you don't have to go it alone. Ask for divine assistance. You are the divine, but you aren't the whole of the divine. Ask for divine assistance. Or there's a field of love that is everywhere and everything. You feel it in meditation. You feel it in prayer. You feel it when holding a baby. I feel it when seeing Hannah Bear. I can't say that with a straight face. Hannah Bear. And she does go like this. Feel that energy and plug into that field for forgiveness. Without forgiveness, nothing is possible. Without forgiveness, there can be no peace table. There can be no peace treaty. There can be no stepping forward. There can be no brighter future for anyone if we do not forgive. Seriously. If you think that, well, I don't have to have forgiveness, well, that means the other person can go have a gun. And if you don't think that gun is going to turn into a bigger gun, and that bigger gun's going to turn into a small missile, and that small missile is going to turn into a bomb, and that bomb's not going to turn into a nuclear device, and that nuclear device is not going to turn into a whoa. Energy, belief, action. Energy, belief, action. I forgive. I forgive. I forgive. Nothing can be done. We cannot step forward as a species if we do not forgive. If we forgive, oh, goody. Now, anything and everything is possible. Can we have a brighter future? Yes. Can we make it through these times? Yes. Can we come all together as one? Yes. Can Israel and Palestine, Ukraine and Russia, and all of the warring parties, strange term, factions, strange term, come together as one? Oh, heck yeah. There were kids on these borders growing up cross communal, meaning kids on one side going to school with kids on the other side who didn't see sides. In a sense, you could say they forgave their parents for the past because they weren't participating in it. If we forgive, we can all make it through these times. It comes even before love. So, a question that comes up. I'm not ready to forgive. I'm not ready to forget. Nobody said forget. I'm not ready to forgive. My heart is just not there. The question is, if I can't find the energy of forgiveness, can I still step forward? And it's kind of like the adage. Jessica and I were talking about it a couple of days ago. Can you love another if you can't love yourself? And there's that expression, you can't love another. I don't buy it. Love is a field. Love is an energy. You can certainly have that energy for another and still get to work on yourself. You can certainly forgive yourself while not forgiving another. You certainly can forgive another while not forgiving yourself. You can certainly take an action even before the energy. So I say energy, belief, action. However, if the energy, at the end of the day, you're going, I can't find the energy. I can't find the belief. Just take the action. Call. Everybody call. I did all these calls yesterday. Call. As soon as you get off this, it's a voicemail. You can do it in the middle of the night. You can find websites. You can do it online. And it's just a few almost anonymous sentences. Ticka. I'm a registered voter. Ticka. Nobody's going to come after you for sharing your belief. Yeah, but no, it just doesn't work that way. Share is the only way we stop this thing, to stop this war monster. So if you can't find it in your forgiveness, pick up your phones, pick up the phone and stop the war, or go for a pro-peace march, or do whatever you can pro-peace, pro-people, pro all of us before it gets worse. I asked the angels, I asked Archangel Michael, will things get worse? I did not like the answer. The answer was absolutely, if action and forgiveness are not put in place, if a new world is not envisioned that rises up above the mess, if you do not choose to step into your power to come together, to choose a higher level solution, to believe something else is possible, to feel something else, and to shed the cloth, I can't believe they said this, to shed the cloth of slavery and entombment that has kept us feeling powerless, to shed the cloth of slavery and attunement that has kept us all feeling powerless. Shed the cloth of slavery and attunement. Yes, that's anger. That's hatred. That's enmity. That's the wounds. That's old, not old leadership, meaning old people who are in, there's no such thing, old people. It sounds like such a terrible label. Living old patterns. If we don't choose a higher level pattern, humanity is driving itself toward the cliff. And if humanity chooses to believe that a brighter future is possible, chooses to believe that we are the divine here on earth, chooses to believe that we are all one, chooses to believe that we can heal this place, guess what? It's absolutely guaranteed. If we believe it, if we can feel the energy in our heart that says, wow, there is love, there is something possible. And we believe, wow, there is love, something's possible. And then we step forward, wow, there is love, something else is possible. Then for ourselves, for our kids and our kids' kids, something else will be possible. Something else will come about for our highest good, for the highest good of all. leave you with this last thing. And this is what Archangel Michael was talking with me about. I was trying to do my research on this today. And what was interesting, what I found, he said, take a look at South Africa. Look at the coming together. Look at how she changed. He said, it doesn't mean she's perfect, but she has chosen a different path. She chose to step out of apartheid. She chose to step out of those wounds, that hatred. She chose to come together at a higher level, and said it started with the energy of Nelson Mandela. When he was in jail, when he was enslaved, when he was surrounded by evil, it changed in his heart. His energy changed first. And then he believed something else was possible. And then when he was released, he shared his energy with everyone. Then he shared his beliefs with everyone. And he became a leader of a country that ended their apartheid. Each step of the way was forgiveness and reconciliation. Put that in quotes, reconciliation. Where there is forgiveness, and that's the energy of change we're talking about, anything is possible. Where there is forgiveness, there can be new beliefs. With new beliefs, there can be divine inspired action. And we need that now and not a moment too soon. And it can be done. Thy will can be done. So there are more donations. Thank you so much. This is so awesome. $20 anonymous donation to save the children. A $50 anonymous donation to save the children. How does it get any better than this? So I want to go to a few questions. Then we're going to go into meditation. I'm going to try to keep this on a little bit on the shorter side. Usually I go to 10 or just thereafter. And I get to do some domestic duties here. Because this gets to be a balanced act, and all who be on the phone while wifey has to do all the other stuff just ain't fair. So we're going to try to keep this a little bit on the shorter side. Horseplay has a great question. Seen quite a few references to Archangel Michael lately. Can we ask why his energy out now? Yes, to cut through the obscurations, to cut through, he's strong, to cut through the bullshit, to cut through the warring, to cut through the fighting, to cut through the factions, to cut through all of the negativity, to cut through all of the BS that is going on right now that is killing my children. And so Archangel Michael is stepping forward right now to help us choose a different way. Is he concerned? Yes, I'm concerned, because my children are killing each other and it needs to stop. There is too much energy. There is too much fuel. There's too many people in too small of an area. So if it doesn't stop, it will spread. And if it does stop, that will spread as well. So that is why he is here right now. Karen M. and Grant, why are our ears buzzing or ringing? What is the significance to that? Well, if it's ringing right now, that's the energy coming forward in the talk. And every talk that I give is an attunement. That's why so many people come to our School of Mystics. I'll let everybody there talk about it in the chat if our mystics would like to. I love you guys. But there's an attunement. There's an energetic frequency that comes through in my channel talks. And if you're feeling that continuously right now, you're feeling the overwhelming energy of change on Gaia, of change on planet Earth. Star of Bethlehem. Love the name, love the donation. Thank you so much. How does it get any better than this? There is so much energy right now, and it's where do we choose to focus that energy? Richard, most brilliant question. If we are all creators, is this a simulation? Can't we just change it? Yes, of course we can change the simulation, Richard, if we collectively all choose it. And that starts with each individual. So if I just watch the news and go more killing, and I focus on more killing, guess what I've done? I've chosen more killing for the simulation, more killing for the simulation, more killing for the simulation. If I go and I go, wow, something can be done. Wow, this is possible. Wow, we can stop this. Wow, we can make a difference. Wow, I get to call. Wow, I send love. Wow, I sent love. Wow, I sent love. Guess what? You're changing the simulation. And you can reach out to others in this simulation. Share, watch this show, share this show, make a call, do this, do that. We can change the simulation even more by getting more people together in the simulation. Yeah, but the other people aren't real. Are you kidding me? Souls are souls. Energy is energy, whether we're in this simulation box or another simulation box or out of the box entirely, we're still all energy. So we can all come together to change this. Megan, where I live feels oppressive and I'm not clear to where to move yet. And all of Michael's moves around the country was he always pulled to any area or guided. Megan, I was always pulled and guided, and I often, because for those that know me, we've moved a lot. I often had to make the leap first and let the landing appear. I guess there was a Silicon Valley expression. Kamal Ravikant, I heard it from him. Love yourself like your life depends on it. I think I heard it from him. Heard it from him first years ago. Leap first and grow the wings on the way down. If a place feels oppressive, you make plans to move. You make plans to leave. You rent the vehicle. You get things packed up. You get on the road, and the place will appear before you. Jessica had to do that when she was leaving an organization many years ago. Together, we've had to do that numerous times. We got chased out by wildfire from Colorado years ago. We got on the road. We didn't know where. It was uncomfortable, to say the least. And yet magic opened and appeared before it because energy comes first. Megan, when you make the choice, the energetic choice to leave the oppressive situation, then you have a belief instilled that says something good can come of this. A possible place will appear. Energy, belief, action. Get in the car, turn the key, put the pedal down, go. And something will appear. And yes, when you put yourself out there, divine answers do and always come to you. Tahiniani. Oh, what a beautiful name. What is the most profound message you have received from spirit guides about what we are going through together on an individual level? It is a level of upgrades, Tahiniani. Trying to put that in Hawaiian and see if that's how it's pronounced, but forgive me. It is, there is so much energy floating around right now that we're being called to an upgrade, meaning we are, it's like our phones and it says there's an upgrade. You just simply click here. We are all about to press that button to upgrade to such a higher level. But we must make the choice and we must let go of the old. What's new, what's coming is beyond our comprehension. I love speaking about this just brilliant interview with Sasha earlier today, where he was talking about how do you describe the ineffable? The ineffable is a word I've been using a lot lately as well. The ineffable means how do you describe the undescribable? How do we see beyond that singularity? How do we see beyond the event horizon? We can't. Something so incredibly great is coming for us individually and as a collective if we make that choice. But now there's a heck of a lot of energy floating around. So if we do not make that choice and the choice is made for us, what I'm hearing is it ain't going to be pretty. Will we all make it through? Probably not. Will some of us make it through? Probably so. Will it be a mess? Probably so. Does it need to be that way? No, not at all. And so we can have the most powerful and profound upgrade if we all choose it now and choose to, as my baby Hannah Bear, well, she's not a baby anymore, as my toddler Hannah Bear, oh, she'll always still be my baby, says, because she turned a year and a half today. Today is Hannah Bear's year and a half birthday. See the drum set behind us? That's her new drums. If we choose divine action, we are going to upgrade or ascend beyond anything we can possibly imagine. Mystic Moon Soul. How does one avoid taking sides, especially when they think one side is unjust? Unjust of an action is okay. It's cool. Angels are going, we're down with that. There are actions that aren't so cool out there. Unjust as a person is a judgment. What we damns us back. You kill someone, that ain't cool. You murder people in the kibbutz, that ain't cool. You imprison a people, that ain't cool. You fire missiles and bombs, that ain't cool. You send bombers out, that ain't cool. But the people, every person involved, this is the craziest thing. It's what humans do. We all act to the best of our abilities with what we've got. What we've got may be hatred, anger, and violence that was gifted to us by our forefathers, gifted to us by circumstance, gifted to us by wounds. We can judge the heck out of the action, but not the person. That's how we eliminate sides. If you put the people on the other side and you put them in different clothes and you put them in a different situation, they would act completely differently. It ain't about the person. That's how we go past sides. Lux Green. Oh, I'm 2 months pregnant. Oh my God. How does it get any better than this? Congratulations. And for the first time at 35, oh, I'm just panicking. I'm going to cry. Oh my God. Ah, yeah. Just need some spiritual words of wisdom. I know this kid picked me and my boyfriend. How do I raise a kid without scaring them or my partner with all my spiritualness? I want to still be me. Lux, you be you with everything you've got. As the joke goes or the expression goes, everyone else is taken. You have to be you. You have to be you. You have to be you. You share, you be open with your partner. That is the best thing that you can do. You be open, you be open, you be open. And you don't worry. This is such a magical gift. Now, to say you don't worry, every parent and particularly every mama bear worries more than oxygen or life itself. It's kind of the nature of the beast. Um, but understand your child, I'm just going to call her she for now. She is a gift and she didn't come from you and she chose you and she chose all of your quirks and she chose your spiritualness and she chose your boyfriend and she chose everything about you guys and she chose everything about the experiences and chose everything about this world and chose everything about choosing a 35-year-old spring chicken. We had our first, and who knows, maybe we'll have a second with Jessica at almost 41. How does it get any better than this? You're a spring chicken. You are. So this is awesome. And you don't worry. And you love that baby up. And you love your boyfriend up. And you love your quirkiness up. And you love all your spiritualness up. And you love your discussions up. And you love your openness up. You don't have to be confrontational, just communicative. What a blessing, Lux. What a blessing. What a blessing. And I have Sir Meowsers here. I did my best to feed kitties before going on air. And he's saying, oh, Papa, you have not fed me enough. You have not fed me well enough. So we will take a couple more questions. I will feed Sir Meowsers, really King Meowsers at this point. And then we will go into a meditation. Oh, please let us not jump on the keyboard, Sir Meowsers. Let us not do that. Helion, interesting question. The God vibration resonating with the devil's tone creates a frequency that can kill. Who is vibrating incorrectly? I'm going to put it a different way, Helion. And it's something I discussed with Sasha today as well. If you have 1,000 cuckoo clocks vibrating in discordance, vibrating out of coherence, and you have one special cuckoo clock, let's say vibrating at a higher note, cuckoo clocking at a higher note, guess what happens? Over time, every single cuckoo clock comes into coherence with that one clock. The higher frequency, the higher vibration always wins. We never want to lower ourselves to that lower level vibration of separateness, of darkness, of harm or hatred to another. but the higher level frequency always wins. That's a design based in math. That's a design based on physics. That's a design based on the construct, based on the programming of the simulation, whatever you want to call it. It's math, and math doesn't lie. The higher frequency will always win. So what you do is you simply go to that higher frequency. That's what you choose. That's why it's energy, belief, action. Energy, belief, action. Energy is, another word for energy, is frequency. Start with the higher frequency, and it changes everything, and it changes everyone. Jennifer, do you give any lower energy emotion any time, or do we just notice and try to change it then? I'm confused of whether or not we sit with the emotion and then it will pass. Jennifer, the crazy thing is when you sit with emotion, you are giving it a higher level energy. You're giving it space to breathe, space without judgment. In other words, sitting with emotion is an act of love. I am so angry right now. Okay. Can I witness the anger? Yeah, I can witness the anger. Can I give the anger space to be angry? Yeah, I can give the anger space to be angry. All right. So is the witness angry, or is the witness giving the person who's angry love? Uh, Wait a second. Being with the emotion is the ultimate action of love. It's coming from your higher self. It's coming from that higher state of you. It is coming from a state of pure awesomeness. So, yeah, but don't I need to switch my energy and not be angry this moment? No, observe it. Yeah, certainly change it when you can, but observe it, love it up, be with it, then switch the channel. It's a big difference. Stuffing anything down, stuffing anything under the carpet always comes back with a vengeance. That's wars around the world right now. But observing it, watching it, sending it love, giving it space, giving it a chance to heal. Now that is everything. So, do we call it lower? Do we call it higher at this moment? One of the things that we have been challenged with as human beings is we don't have enough words for emotions. And as a card carrying male here in the West or in the US, there are often times where I say, I am angry. And then I stop myself and I go, wrong word. Forgive me, Pookie, is what I say. I'm not angry. There's an energy going through me that I don't have a word in the English language to label correctly, which means I've now put myself in the role of the observer. And I can understand the energy. I can watch the energy. I can pull on the strings of the energy, like pulling on a sweater until there's no sweater left. And it diffuses the energy. So I'm not sure if Aya Bear would be okay. She is the head moderator here with me saying on that note. But on that note, I am going to take a sip of water. Thank you, Aya. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Bobik. Thank you, you. And then I am going to bring us into a very, very short, sweet meditation. And yes, we get to do a huge peace meditation. And I get to feel into, and it's an energy shift. There is a way to do this. I have no idea how, but I'm going to feel into the energy of we can do a massive global meditation. We can do a massive global meditation. I've had over 2,000 guests on the show. There's got to be a way to call everybody together. I don't have a clue how, but I'm putting that energy out there to the universe. So let me take a sip of water, but please, okay. Thank you, Aya. Please, please, please call Google right now. While I'm taking this sip of water, Google who your congressman is or congressman phone number. Put in your zip code and get congressman, senator phone number. There's so many websites that will give you that. That all you do is put in your zip code and it will tell you everything who to contact. Or Eve will give you links that you can just click a link and in a couple sentences you're done. But I want you to do that. And I want you to share this show and share this show and share this show and share this show and help others to take divine action as well. All right, let me take my water. And I see so many beautiful, amazing comments here tonight. You guys are awesome. You guys rock. Can you feel the love here tonight? So, inner workings of me. As I'm drinking this ginger tea, what I have here. First, what I did is I drank the tea and I just bathed in the silence and felt the energy that's in, I'm going to call it this room right now. And this energy is really sweet. This energy, we've been talking about a heavy topic. We've been talking about a really heavy topic. But the energy is so sweet, so kind, so loving, so cool. That's the energy. And so first I take a sip and I go, wow, what amazing energy. And then I take another sip. And I go into a state of gratitude as I'm watching Sir Meowsers coming back, going, did we forget about me? I go to a state of gratitude and I go, thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Meowsers, can you join me for a meditation for a few minutes before we play the Rip It Up game? Can you? Can I put you in my lap for a meditation before I feed you? Would that be possible? Yeah. Well, he just went into it in his little bed behind me and said, yeah, we can do that. Oh, awesome. All right. So I'm going to go quiet for a minute and feel into what we're going to do. Wow. I already know what we're going to do. Cool. Thank you. Feel that love. So let's just close our eyes for a moment. Tap our feet on the floor, a little bit of pitter pat, our hands on our laps, our chairs, or our pillows, or whatever we've got. Scrunch our gluteus maximus or gluteus minimus, whatever it may be on the pillow beneath you. This is fun. Life is too serious to take seriously. If we take life seriously, we go to a lower level vibration. Take life funnily. There's a word for you. Take life funnily. And yes, I am that goofy guy because that's going to save the day any day of the week. So then we take a nice deep breath in through the nose, down to the belly, and out through the nose. In, down to the belly, and out. In and out. In and out. Now, what we're going to do special here tonight as we're breathing in and out together all as one, as we're going to go into an energetic, I call it imaginary, but it's beyond that. We'll call it liminal there, a half here, not here state. We're going to go into a liminal rally here tonight. I want you to imagine the most amazing place that you would come together for a rally. Maybe it's Times Square. Maybe it's Washington, D.C. Maybe it's a national park. Wherever that is for you, that you would like to see a lot of people, a lot of friends, a lot of neighbors, a lot of love coming together all as one to support everyone. Can you imagine that place? Can you see yourself there? Maybe you drove in, maybe you took a bus in, maybe you took a plane in or a train in, maybe you walked in, maybe you Ubered in, or maybe you simply teleported right to Times Square or Washington, D.C., or the National Park, or the National Monument, or right in front of the White House, or wherever it is around the world. Parliament, palace. And you see yourself there. And you go, wow, that was easy. How did I get here? And you do the same thing. You pat your feet on the ground, sort of like pinching yourself to make sure I'm actually there. You pat your hands on your legs to make sure that you're actually there. I don't know about wiggling your butt right now because you might be standing up, but if you're sitting down, do that so that you know that you are actually there. And then look around you. Look at the sea of beautiful humanity around you. Not just one other person, not just 10 other people, not just 100, not just 1,000, not just 100,000, but 1,000,000 people, maybe 10 million people, maybe 100 people, maybe even a billion people. I don't even know how that's possible, but a billion people all coming together as one for the most amazing, incredible, peace-loving, pro-humanity rally. Pro-peace, pro-humanity, pro-food, pro-support, pro-love. That's the word. The most amazing pro-love unity rally in the history of histories, in the galaxy of galaxy, in the universe of universe. The most amazing rally that has ever been heard of, from Earth to other star systems and back. You look around, you feel such incredible warmth, such incredible love, such incredible support, such incredible, I have no other way to put it, divineness. For everyone is smiling and laughing and recognizing the divinity in everyone there, recognizing the oneness, recognizing that you are my brother, my sister, my mother, my father, my daughter, my son, my everything. And everyone has not just come together, but everyone is in such a state of peace, such a state of love. It's almost as if everybody is swaying together as one. We can actually picture it like if it was nighttime, everybody holding a candle. Can you see that? A billion people holding candles and swaying one way and swaying the other and swaying back and swaying together still. Can you feel the love? Can you feel the peace? Can you feel the joy? Can you feel the oneness? Now, here's where things get really interesting. For there's an organizer of this pro-peace rally. Heck, we'll call him Michael for right now, but you could call him Archangel Michael, even better. You could call him Source, you could call him Universe, you could call him Pee Wee Herman, who's ever behind the mic. It doesn't matter. But that most amazing person behind the mic says, and now we're going to take just 1 minute. Just 1 minute to fill our hearts with love, to fill our hearts with goodness, to fill our hearts with peace, with forgiveness, with joy. And we are going to focus on our hearts for just 1 minute, in a minute of silence that is going to help change all of humanity energetically from this moment and ever forward. And so that's what I'd like you to do right now. I'm going to do it as well. We are going to take 1 minute together in peace, in love, in forgiveness, in harmony, in unity, to pray for goodness, to pray for it all, and to sit and bathe in this beautiful pro-peace, pro-love rally of oneness, all together as one. So if you're ready, I'm going to take 1 minute, beginning now. And now that you're charged up, can you beam out that love from your heart to everyone everywhere that needs it, specifically to any war-torn regions, specifically to any soldiers, and specifically to the leaders that are ordering those with guns to march forward. Let's take just a moment to send them love. And now, last but not least, I'd like you to look around. Do you see the sea of humanity? Do you see the thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people, or heads in front of you, heads behind you, heads everywhere? Because when you're standing up, what are you seeing? Probably the tops of people's heads, or the back of people's heads for that matter. But can you see the throngs of thousands of thousands of thousands of well-wishers, of loving, beautiful souls like yourself, of other energetic beings having an energetic experience, sending love, sharing love, being love, connected as well, love, and now ever moving forward, living as love. Anchor this in. See it, feel it, burn it into your memory banks. This is real. This is as real as if it was happening together in person, for energy is energy, whether it's in our minds or in the field or in the people before us. If we can see it in our mind, then it is real. And it has been made so. Energy, belief, action. Feel free, and forgiveness. Feel free to stay at this rally for as long as you would like. How does it get any better than this? And I send love. I send love. I send love. So I wish you a beautiful evening ahead. Do come join us if you're interested in the School of Mystics this Wednesdays. 4 Wednesdays each month. This month is about healing your subconscious wounds and blocks and writing new subconscious programming at the highest level. And people can share how powerful that was. Do come join us. And we've got Thursday, we've got the most amazing show with Dr. Stephen Greer on communicating with higher dimensional beings. How does it get any better than this? How? Being you. That's how it gets any better than this. Be you, be the love, bring the love, live in love, go to a state of forgiveness, scoop up all the people, everyone you can, and say, I love you, I love you, I love you. And scoop up all of those who you don't feel the love to and say, I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you. And let's come together as one and help humanity ascend and make it through this time to a higher level for our highest good and the highest good of all. Yes, for Pee Wee Herman too, or something even better. I send love. Send love. I send love. Thank you, Aya Bear. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Bhavik. Super Bhavs. You guys rock. Thank you. Night, everybody. Can we communicate with higher dimensional beings?
There were these luminous white forms that floated through the side of this pyramid-shaped object that landed and left the markings there. An ambassador team using consciousness to make contact and show a different face of humanity. This is a great opportunity for the future if we get this right, but right now is an existential threat the way it's being handled. What's about to unfold is the most shocking expose of this ever.
Every day there's a new horizon. Birds keep on singing, earth keeps on spinning. Time to toss any fears that rule you. Dance to vibrations, no limitations. Shine, hold the sunlight on your chest and fly. Look to the sky, let your spirit shine brightly, shine brightly. Oh, shine. Share the magic deep in your soul, the glitter around you. Live your greatest truth. Catch those dreams, swim in the